Hey loves, it's Dr. Simone Ellis, and I want to talk to you about how to lead your team to a successful morning huddle. Morning huddles are so important, especially when it comes to the game plan on how the day is going to go. And so many people miss this opportunity to really inspire and lead their team, but also come up with solutions and strategies on how to get the goals established for the day. And so let's talk about how to make sure we're having an amazing morning huddle. The first advice that I have about having an amazing morning huddle is have a morning huddle with yourself first before you even go into morning huddle. Another thing that I think is important when you're talking about a personal morning huddle is you've got to be able to pour into others throughout the day. And how can you pour from an empty cup? It's so important that you pay yourself first. And I'm not speaking of just money. I'm talking about the energy currency. When you've rested well the night before, when you've gotten up early and you've done meditation or stretched or went to the gym and worked out, it's going to give you that fuel to get through the day. And so don't miss the opportunity to take at least 10 to 15 minutes on the minimum for yourself, because it makes such a big difference when you're pouring into your team, into your patients. You got to be able to give a lot, and you cannot do that if you're drained. So make sure you put yourself first and have your own personal morning huddle before you go in to lead your team. The next suggestion I have is pump your team up with highs and not lows. This is the beginning of the day. No one wants to hear the complaints on what went so terribly wrong the day before. If you feel like things have not really panned out the day before, make sure you set up some one-on-one time with the team leaders or the individual that you need to speak with. But let's not use morning huddle as a complaining session, because you don't like to start your day off with a whole bunch of complaints, right? Like no one wants to start their morning off with drama. And so we're not going to use the morning huddle for that. Instead, think about it this way. If we give a lot of energy to our team and we pour into them at the very beginning of the day, they have enough energy to last throughout the day. If we start off with something low and complaining, chances are we're driving down the morale of the team. We're driving down the energy, and that's not going to help us be successful. Remember, morning huddle is to help us be more productive, and we want to be more productive when we're trying to increase our case acceptance. And so we're going to do everything in our power to make sure we're giving them all the right tools to make that happen. Make sure that you're discussing the wins from yesterday and how we can win today. Highlight the people that did really great yesterday. Make sure that they're acknowledged. Also think about how you increased value in your day. What patient did you make feel loved on and supported? Those are the things that we want to be talking about from the day prior, not the problems that happen. And then we want to set up with a game plan for the day that we're actually walking into. If you're not having your team do audits the night before, that's definitely a must, because it again helps them to be prepared. Just like I just told you, hey, make sure you look at your day before you run into it. We don't want to run into morning huddle. We don't want to be unprepared for morning huddle. So your team's responsibility is to audit and look at the charts the night before, so that in morning huddle we're having a good game plan, a good game strategy, because there may be a patient opportunity to increase value in the day, but if we're not prepared for it the night before, we're kind of just fumbling in the actual morning huddle. Morning huddle should only be about 30 minutes. And so if you're having shorter or longer morning huddles, think about how much productivity that you are either losing or you could possibly be maximizing, okay? So let's make morning huddles full of energy, full of joy, full of love and light, but full of opportunities. That's the key. The team has to be inspired. And if you're gonna ask them to help commit to adding more value to the day, they've got to feel inspired to do so. And that comes from the team leads in the practice. All right, another thing to have an amazing morning huddle is get the team involved. When the team is responsible for specific KPIs, which are key performance indicators, what they do is that they are actually an integral part of the morning huddle, right? So this does not allow any opportunity for them to just be listening and not retaining. They actually are a part of the session. They're a part of the strategy. And so if the scheduler is over how many new patients and she's discussing where she is with the new patient load for the month, what does that do? It allows the team to hear, okay, how are we doing? It gives ownership and pride if she's doing really well at that job, but it also allows us to see that if she isn't doing well at that position or struggling with getting the new patients, how collectively as a team we can help assist, right? And so have your whole entire team involved in the morning huddle. Everybody should have some form of contribution to the day, because if they don't, what happens is you see people glaze over, they're not involved, and then when it comes down to what they needed to be involved in or what they needed to remember, they're less likely to know. So I make sure that everybody in my team has a role, has a responsibility, has a KPI that they're over, and I encourage you to do the same. And the last thing to make morning huddles exciting, fun, productive is give them something to look forward to. You know, if we're talking about goals and metrics to be met, let's make a goal for the week. And if we reach it, what are we looking forward to? Are you taking the team out for lunch or providing lunch to be catered? Are you guys doing the money grab bag where you have ones, five, tens, even $100 if you want to in a bag? And if we hit our goal for the week, they get a chance to pull. You know, it's called low-hanging fruit. You want to do something that keeps the team pumped up in morale. Have spirit weeks throughout the month if you would like to keep things exciting. If it's football season, once a week, have everybody get a chance to wear their favorite football jersey. Give the team something to look forward to. We are in the business of inspiring and motivating people, and having teams sometimes can be difficult for either the owner or the associate because people have all kinds of personalities. So it's going to be really important that you're strategic in how are you keeping the levels high. I try so many different things. I look for quotes to inspire. We listen to YouTube videos sometimes to get us pumped up. Whatever it takes, have your team have something to look forward to. Guys, the goals to having an amazing morning huddle is to help you increase case acceptance, right? If you know how to go in and attack the day, you're setting your team up for success. And when you set your team up for success, you get a chance to be successful as well. So guys, I hope that you're enjoying these videos. Make sure you're following us on all of our social media platforms. And also, check out our 3-part webinar series on how to increase case acceptance with veneers, Invisalign, and also whitening and Botox. If you're wanting to take your practice to the next level, these are the ways to do it, because you have to have strategies and systems in order to be successful. And that's my goal for all my doctors. I want to see you guys out here winning. I want to see you have margin in your life where you can do things that you love and that you enjoy. And I'm looking forward to all of you guys having ultimate success.